Right, welcome to Urban Sport 94.5, Urban Radio Talking Points. Manchester City destroyed Manchester United yesterday, beating them 3-0, and further sending down to Manchester United fans' mind, the different worries to their mind that is this the right man? Is Ruben Amorim ever going to take us back to Europe? It was a fantastic performance from Manchester City. Erling Haaland particularly putting in defensive shift and also offensive turnaround and absolute dominant football from Erling Haaland, particularly in yesterday's game. Let's have a feel of what happened yesterday at the Etihad Stadium when Manchester City hammered their rivals with no kind of pity or beat them with reckless abandon, humiliated them, sent them down to the dirt and made them feel dark again. Manchester City destroyed Manchester United 3-0, and this is how they played out at the Etihad Stadium. Oh boy. Oh man, they wanted to destroy Manchester United yesterday. That was it could have been 6-0 against Manchester United. Could have been 7. Alan could have gotten a hat-trick in yesterday's game, because when you watch Alan play the way he did yesterday, then you wonder who is better than him in the world, because he was absolutely phenomenal. He played with so much grace and pride, and when you have a player that can run, pace, power, precision, and that's what we saw from Erling Haaland yesterday. And I saw him put in a defensive shift. In fact, Haaland had like 4 clearances in yesterday's match, and it could have ended 6-0. Tijani Reinders missed a chance. Haaland also missed a chance in that game. Could have gotten a hat-trick. Foden got a 4th goal in yesterday's match, and Jeremy Doku, my God, just drifting. It was as if he was holding on the steering. His leg was like a steering in yesterday's match. Cutting Luke Shaw the way he likes, and even winning that game for them. That first assist to Foden was something sublime. While he was falling, his team made sure he put in a perfect pass to Foden. Massive. You can pick out 2, 3, 4 players in that game that gave a fantastic performance, and you have to give kudos to the big man himself, Gianluigi Donnarumma. He made that fantastic save from Brian Berber. That's why they brought him in. Ederson, not like he's so better than Ederson. Ederson might be losing, concentration or focus, and is lacking inspiration because it's won so many titles at Manchester City. You also need a bit of freshness in between the sticks, someone that is hungry for a challenge, that wants to win something. And Gianluigi Donnarumma, of that perfect season from PSG, made 2, 3 fantastic saves for Manchester United. They had a chance in the game. The last 10 minutes of the match yesterday, they had about 3, 4 good chances. But who put the ball at the back of the net for them, I don't know. But for their defense and their goalkeeper department, I'll wait to see what's going to change concerning Manchester United. But currently, they are in trouble. For Erling Haaland, this is what he had to say after that sublime, graceful performance against Manchester United yesterday. He's taking his tally his goal contribution at the derbies to 11, more than that of Wayne Rooney with 9. He scored 8 goals at the derbies. The love scoring in the derbies is equal to any other record scorer at the derbies right now against Manchester United. And you also look at his number of goals so far. He scored more goals than Didier Drogba, with playing less number of games. And if those numbers are actually crazy, he has scored 50 goals at the Etihad Stadium in 50 matches for Manchester City. And the only player that's come that scored 50 goals earlier, than Erling Haaland, which is 47, is Alan Shearer. You have to mention his name among the legends, talking about Erling Haaland with that kind of performance. Like I said, he has scored more goals than Didier Drogba in the Premier League, playing 153 games less than that of Didier Drogba. And also, when you look at the number of goal involvement he scored, for Manchester United, he's done that goal involvement in the Premier League. He's done Manchester United 11 times than any other team in the Premier League. Let's get here from Erling Haaland. Man scored 7 goals just last week in all competitions.
And you could feel it as well, from the fans and everything. We kind of needed this, or say whatever you want. You always want to win the derby, but you could feel it a bit extra today. And I'm so relieved. I'm so happy that we managed to do this all together. It's not nice to win games, as I said to you a couple of days ago, but we have to keep going, and we have to keep digging this guy going, because we need him so much, and today we're super happy. Yeah, it was, and this is the field we need. All Man City are waiting for this, and we're going to help him as much as we can to make him as good as he was the season before last season, I think. Yeah, we saw.
All right, for Pep Guardiola, when he watches his team play that way, he just feels like the team is untouchable, like they are at the top of their, top of everything, hem of their glory, talking about Manchester City. And this is what Pep had to say after that phenomenal performance against Manchester United.
We changed a lot in this transfer windows, being at 9 players and important players. That was the core of the team for 1 decade. That was impossible think about it without them, what they achieve, what we achieve, and sometimes in the process. But we talk a lot these 2-3 days what we have to be, not tactically as a team, and today the spirit, the body language, as the to play fans and have to make all together, make around the pitch and see the faces of the people, how happy they were. The privilege that we have to can bring joy in some moment of happiness, because I know perfectly how means the Man City, the Man City.
All right, for Ruben, Amorim has insisted he's not going to change his style, he's not going to change his philosophy. What is a philosophy when you don't win games, when you've never recorded back-to-back wins for Manchester United? Manchester United fans, I pity you guys. I don't know how you guys are dealing with this, but Ruben Amorim doesn't cut it as the man for that job. In my own opinion, Benjamin Sesko lacked service yesterday. Apart from that, he also lacked initiative in yesterday's game, because you watch him in some moments where he had the ball, you expected a better link-up play from the big man himself, and when you have Benjamin Sesko and you don't service him, you don't give him crosses, then what are you doing? Why did you buy him? Well, Ruben Amorim is insisted he's not going to change his philosophy. Maybe you can hear 30 seconds of him talking about yesterday's defeat.
Of course, if you look at the goals, we can avoid that goals. So that was the biggest difference. We suffer goals that is clearly we can do better, and especially the second one. So you start the second half well, you are pushing for our goal to open the game, and even the 2-1 that Brian could score. That moments were always for the opponent.
And the third goal is like it's hard to describe. So we suffer goals that we can avoid when it's just the opponent, but we can avoid these kind of goals. The biggest difference is when we had transitions.
Right, also yesterday we saw Liverpool once again grind out to win against Burnley, and they were lucky this time around because Hannibal decided to raise his hand for a cross. How can you do that as a professional? And they gave all 3 points to Liverpool. Liverpool were not going to win against Burnley, but Mohamed Salah came in clutch and converted that penalty in the 95th minute. 4 games, 4 victories, 12 points for an Ancelotti side, and they've won those games at the dying stage. Over 80 minutes of football played before they've been able to win those games. When they played against Bournemouth, you saw what happened when Chiesa came in and scored, and Salah also scored. When they played against Newcastle United, it was Real Ngomoa. Against Arsenal, we saw that deadly free kick from Dominic Szoboszlai to win that game in the 83rd minute. And just yesterday, for Mohamed Salah converted that goal, that penalty after missing back-to-back penalties for Liverpool, but that one was important for 3 points, and he claimed it for an Ancelotti side. This is what he had to say after that game against Burnley, and he said there's a possibility Alexander Isak is going to be introduced to the fans when they play in the Champions League.
A lot of chances, which is hard against a team that's playing with 11 players in their 18-yard box, and then if you don't score, their belief only goes up and up and up. I thought I saw that we wear them down, if that is the English word for it. So we kept on playing, kept moving the ball around, didn't create a lot of chances, but they got more and more tired, which is normal if you have to defend for 80% of the time. And then, we brought in as many attackers as we could, and that eventually also led to a good chance of Jeremy Frimpong and to the penalty. And Mo was still on the pitch, so he could score it. My first reaction would be no, but the last 2 he took for us didn't go in. But the good thing was that he scored one for the national team. But I don't.
All right, so that's it in England yesterday. Chelsea couldn't win their game on Saturday. They dropped points, and I'm sure that they feel particularly bad about that particular game, which ended in a 2-2 draw. That was Chelsea's performance on Saturday. They couldn't match the likes of Arsenal, that got a win. Manchester City, they also won, and also Liverpool, Brentford held them to their throats, and they conceded late in the game. All right, when you look at games in Spain yesterday, you talk of Barcelona. After drawing their last game, they were in a mad form. They were angry, and they showed it on the pitch, with Fermin Lopez stating once again why he should be starting games for Barcelona. They won that game 6-0 against Valencia, a team that they usually serve on the steady. Last season, they defeated them 7-1 in the league. I think in the cup, in one of the cup competitions, the Copa del Rey, they defeated Valencia 5-0. But for yesterday, Fermin Lopez scored 2 stunners in the 29th and 56th minute. Rafinha also got twice on the score sheet, coming in from the bench. He scored in the 53rd and the 66th minute. And Lewandowski opened his goal account for this season, scoring a sweet one in the 76th minute, and also dinking the keeper in the 86th minute. Barcelona won their game against Valencia 6-0. Osasuna defeated Rayo Vallecano 2-0. Levante and Real Betis played a 2-2 draw. Celta Vigo and Girona played a 1-1 draw. 0916210 5945 0916210 4945. Too many actions from the weekend. We can't even catch our breath right now, but you can call us 0916210 5945 0916210 4945. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Frankie.
Yes, your name and location.
That's a calling from Nightman.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. That's what I saw yesterday. Because Man U don't have defense. They don't have keeper. And they don't even have a good striker like Chelsea. So Chelsea wingers and midfielders can score goals. So that's why I believe that Man City can win them, because they have a very good striker that can score goals for them. And also for Chelsea, that did not work. Our coach is a problem, because that match we could have win that match. Why not introduce these people for first half and finish your game and remove them and go and sit in the bench? Why you keep them in the bench waiting for buyer money that you have never seen to, and you allow that game to draw?
Thank you very much, Basi. I need to let you go now. 0916210 5945 0916210 4945. Good morning to you. All right, in Italy, Atalanta defeated Lecce 4-1. AS Roma were beaten at home by Torino 1-0. We saw Pisa lose to Udinese 1-0. Also Sassuolo defeated Lazio 1-0. And in AC Milan, that goal, the winning goal, was scored by Luka Modric. He scored in the 61st minute for AC Milan to win their game for them. 0916210 5945 0916210 4945. Good morning to you.
Hello, thank you.
Uzoma, how are you?
Yeah, Uzoma.
Thank you, I'm fine.
All right, go ahead.
This match is about played the Chelsea. I don't know when Manu will need to score goal. Not that they are not playing fine, because I watched the match. But that's good. They brought in. I thought he was challenging according to that. So there is something he had that and does not have, that he used his head and finding good. They can watch how he can do it, but he has not found it. Although I'm not blaming him or the other one, because they are new, they are from another country to England. They will take some time before they master the system.
Yeah.
Especially from Nightmare. I don't know his interest in mine. You forget about it.
I'm talking about mine. Thank you very much, Joseph. I need to let you go now. Thank you. All right. On WhatsApp, the only black man from Mongo says Manchester United will still not find it easy this season. They are not showing any sign of improvement. Maybe the board should take another look at this pattern. For Enugu Rangers, it would certainly be a season to forget. Of Joseph Rangers of Uninspired, they were beaten against Canopilas. They lost against Canopilas, and once again it was Ahmed Musa who hunted them at the Cathedral last season that scored that winning goal. 1-0 to Norton against Rangers International Football Club of Enugu. Right, this one says, good morning to you, Banky. How are you tonight? Fifodi and Erling Haaland always just trying Manchester United and Manchester Derby is something we need to talk about. Is becoming embarrassed, and I think the only thing that we shine in Old Trafford this season is Brandon Bournemouth's head. Kudos to Enyimba beating Bayelsa United away in Jenagua, as well as the resounding victory of Barca, and it is a good one for Barcelona to keep the form to retain their title. I'm Henry Hike from Ababa. Right, good morning, Banky. My name is Wakibe from Wani. Ubojingo, permit me to say that in all high-profile matches played yesterday in the EPL, it is only Manchester United that has failed to come to the party, as their woes is once again rearing its head following their decimation by Manchester City yesterday, and I predict the sacking of Amorim if it continues in this trajectory and awful performances, as usual Flames excuses may not save him. Okay, 09160059545. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Banky.
Yes, your name and location.
My name is Simon. I'm calling from 99.
All right, Simon, go ahead.
I was that much yesterday. The problem of Man United, they lack confidence, especially in the senior board. They lack confidence
Because they should have scored.
They have so many opportunities, but when they go to the near the post, they become confused. I don't know. The man should continue. If I say that man, they will sack him very soon.
Who they talk about?
I mean, Ruben, I'm married now.
I'll marry you, Amorim. Which one?
Amorim. Ruben, Amorim. So that man, let me. I even wonder how is he playing this guy Ogate and the captain. So,
Bruno Fernandes. Yeah.
Allow that guy to play in free roles so that he can provide all those tactics for strikers. I want to ask about this guy, this Christian Nogard. Whether is he back from injury or what?
And Nogard is back. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you so much.
Okay.
All right. Okay, just so you know, before we leave, for yesterday's performance at Trabzonspor, Onana gave a man of the match performance in Turkey. He had 29. He faced 29 shots. He had 8 saves, 4 diving saves, 1.63 goals prevented, and 8.7 rating. Onana. And when you look at Oilan, who was also joined Napoli, scored for Napoli. We'll talk about this later on the show. But before we leave this morning, I have to talk about Sola, the new, the new top sprinter for Nigeria. Not certainly new, but is a sprint sensation that we have to look out for Nigeria. Yes, he made the top 6. He got to the finals of the 100 meters World Athletic Championship yesterday, but he couldn't do his regular sub 10. But he was 6th. He ended, the race in 10 seconds, but Koinsola Ajayi finished 6th in the 100 meters, and that makes him the 6th fastest man in the world right now, but then just before then he clocked 9.93 seconds to finish 2nd in his 100 meters semi-finals at the Tokyo 2025 World Championship. He also qualified for the final and became the first Nigerian man in World Championship finals in 18 years. So this is one to look out for. He's just starting, and he's been able to do sub 10 6 times this year only, and it's just about to end. So this is one that you should watch out for. And Toby Emerson, she's going to be in action tonight for the 100 meters hurdles defense. Hope she can claim this once again. Thank you very much, guys, for being part of the show today, and we love to have more conversations later tonight on Urban Sport right on 94.5 Urban Radio. Before we leave, the amazing sport fact. Did you know that Mohamed Salah is the 4th highest goal scorer ever in the history of the Premier League. After scoring against Burnley yesterday, he took his tally to 188 and is the 4th highest goal scorer in the history of the Premier League. Mohamed Salah. Thank you very much. I am Banky. Good morning to you.